In business, the information provided in reports needs to be easy to find and written in such a way that it's easily understood. This is one reason why reports are divided into sections, clearly labeled with headings and subheadings. Technical information, which would clutter the body of a report, is placed in an appendix. The structure of this type of report and the purpose of the contents of each section is shown below. The title page, providing some visual interest and continuity with organizational brand and the content of your report is important in your title page. Remember to put yourself in the audience's shoes while designing your title page and the rest of the content of your report. Content in this page should include the report title, any applicable names, and a submission date. The example that we're going to look at is a report on the vision of Three Rivers Park District throughout this presentation. Next, the executive summary. The executive summary provides the reader with an overview of the report's essential information. It's designed to be read by people who don't have the time to read the full report or who have decided reading the full report's not necessary. Therefore, in your executive summary, you need to say as much as possible in as few words as possible. The executive summary should not just be an outline of the points to be covered in the report with no detail of the analysis that's taken place or the conclusions that's been reached. The executive summary stands as an overview at the front of the report, but it's also designed to be read alone without the accompanying information. Therefore, you need to make sure it's self-sufficient and can be understood in isolation. Next, the table of contents. In this section, you're going to list the section headings and their page numbers. This gives the reader a systematic overview of the structure and contents of a report. A table of contents should include all of the section headings and subheadings worded exactly as they appear in the report and numbered exactly as the page numbers appear in the report for easy navigation. The introduction presents the background of the issue, the objective or purpose of the report, a definition of the research problem or topic, a definition of the report's terms of reference, an outline of the report's structure, an overview of the report's section and their relationship to the issue discussed, an outline and justification of the scope of the report, a description of the range of sources used, and acknowledgement of any valuable assistance received in the production of the report. While there will be some duplication in the contents of the executive summary in the introduction, the purpose of the summary is to provide just that, a summary of the findings for each section of the report. The purpose of the introduction, however, is to outline what the report will cover and how those issues will address the problem or the contents at hand. The body section expands and develops the material in a logical, coherent manner, reflecting the structure outlined in the introduction. It contains a description of the findings and a discussion of them. It should also relate the findings to any theory of the content that you're presenting. The following questions are examples of some of the types of issues the body of your report should seek to uncover. What are the most significant findings or factors involved in the topic or issue? How do the findings support our theory? Have you found any disagreement of that theory? And do you uncover any unexpected or new issues that need to be considered? The body is usually the longest section of your report. The material must be presented in logical order. Make sure the use of headings and subheadings you choose is informative to telling the right story. The conclusion summarizes the major inferences that can be drawn from the information presented in the report. It answers the questions raised by the original research problem or purpose of the development of the report. Finally, the conclusion of your report should also attempt to show what it all means, the significance of the findings reported, and the impact of your report. The conclusion must not introduce any new material. In the workplace, conclusions are quite often read by managers before the main content. Hence, they should summarize the main points clearly. The section may also include reference to original aims or objectives, application of results, limitations and advantages of the findings, objective opinion, and evaluation or judgment of the evidence. Information that's not essential to explain your findings but supports your analysis should be placed in an appendix. Sometimes excerpts from supporting information, like part of a data set, would be placed in the body of the report, but the complete set of information would be included in the appendix. There's no limit to what should be placed in an appendix, providing it's relevant to the subject of the report. Each separate appendix should be lettered, Appendix A, Appendix B, and so on. The order that they are presented is dictated by the order that the material mentions the content in report body itself. It's essential to refer to each appendix within the context of your report.